I want to go over the steps that have gotten me out of these like void situations multiple times, 3 times. So the first thing that I did was paint a picture of my desired life. You got to start somewhere, right? When you are surrounded by hopelessness and emptiness and just no motivation, you have to find new motivation. What are you doing this for? And so the first thing I did, I wrote down in my journal, and I was like, what life do I want to live? Because I knew back then already that in order to have a good and happy, fulfilling career, I needed to have a good and happy, fulfilling life, right? Because I work to live and not the other way around. And so I first needed to define the life that I wanted to live, and then I could find the job that would fit that lifestyle. The most fun activity that I've done that really helped me define what type of job I was looking for was to create the ultimate ideal to-do list. So if you got your dream job, right, what types of tasks are on your to-do list? What does that look like? Because if you really enjoy video editing, for example, and you apply to a job for like in a marketing position, but you have no video editing to do all day, every day, then it's not going to make you happy. So create the ideal to-do list for yourself, and let's see what tasks and what job description fits that best. Now you can take it one step further by sitting down, closing your eyes, breathing, listening to like beach waves and stuff. I like to listen to nature sounds, like rain sounds, and then visualize this life. Visualize yourself going to this new job, like waking up and going to this new job and having fun with your colleagues, and what type of building are you in, and how do you feel in the morning, and then when you're done working, what do? Do you go home and do you cook this like elaborate meal, and what does it smell like, and what does it taste like, and then do you go off to have an evening run, and how long are you running for, and what type of weather is it, and what type of environment are you running in? You can just go all out. Visualize your ideal life. What does that look like? What does it feel like? What does it smell like? You can be as creative as you want, but it'll give you an idea of where you want to go. And as you know, because we went over this in a previous episode, making empowered decisions, it only happens when you know what you're working towards. You can only make empowered decisions when you know what goal you're working towards. So don't skip this step, guys. It's very important. The next is a bit harder. It's about leaving your victim mentality behind. And when I was in my fired situation, when I was fired by email, by the way, it was very easy to blame others. It was very easy to blame the company. It's like, yeah, my boss fired me. They fired me, And also with people who have like burnout, or when I was really stressed, I would always say, these people kept pushing me to my limits, or my boss kept pushing me to my limits, and they didn't respect my boundaries. So basically what you're doing is you're pointing fingers at other people. You're saying, yeah, it's their fault, then I am in this situation. And that type of mentality just doesn't get you any further ahead in life. Because what you're doing basically is you're giving other people the power over you. You are giving away your power by saying that they are able to make you feel this way. They are responsible for the things that happen in your life. Your life sucks because they did something to you, which is just, it's this negative spiral that you're never going to get out of. Because if that's the way you think, then you are the victim of your life. And you're not. You are the creator of your life. And I know that in some circumstances, it's just not possible to have control over the situations like the pandemic, right? I totally understand that if you lost your job during the pandemic, then that is not your job. Corona is not your fault, okay? So I do sympathize with that, but the reaction you have to that situation is what you do have control over. and you have to take responsibility of it. You are in control of your behavior, your thoughts, your emotions. And so you get to decide today how you are going to deal with this situation. You can sit on the couch under a blanket every single day and cry yourself to sleep because you don't have a job, or you can wake up, take responsibility, work out, eat healthy, talk to other people, listen to inspiring podcasts like this one, and get back on the horse. That is your choice, and it's your responsibility to make the right one. I'm not saying that you're not allowed to, hide behind blankets and watch Netflix all day, because I certainly did that as well. But there is a time where you have to recommit. It's okay to sleep on the couch for the whole day, but you have to come back the next day and recommit to making that dream lifestyle, that ideal lifestyle, a reality. But yeah, so step 3, once you've gotten out of victim mode, you now get to step into creation mode, right? I like creation mode better than action mode, but they're the same thing. The only way to get out of the void is by taking action. I feel like I'm repeating myself. I feel like I keep repeating this in every single episode, but it's the truth. The only way to get over a situation is to go through it, and that's by taking action. No one's going to hire you if you don't apply to jobs. You're not going to get a new career unless you do something about it. And I think the biggest mistake that people make in this creation mode mindset is that they have to make huge changes, or they have to take massive action. And I hear a lot of people say that, like, take massive action. Yes, totally understand that. But if the first step is reading a book about your dream career or whatever, then that's okay. That's a perfect first step. You don't have to change the world in one day. Maybe you have you visualize this new job that you're in this totally new industry, and you have to gain a little bit more experience, a little bit more skill. So the first step would be to find a workshop or a course. Maybe you do some volunteer work in order to gain that experience and to gain those skills. That's fine. You're taking action towards that life that you want, towards that desired life. So it can be small or it can be huge, as in, okay, listen, I'm just going to apply. I'm going to call the manager over there and I'm just going to ask her to hire me. You can take small steps, you can take big steps, as long as you are taking steps. That's the most important part. You get to create the life that you want to live. In order to achieve those things, you need to put new habits into place, right? New habits equal a new life. I'm saying that because, like I said, the first few weeks, extended vacation. After that, I fell into this, it was just, I didn't even have a rhythm. Sometimes I woke up at 9:30, sometimes I woke up at 5 a.m. and there were days that I went to bed at 1 a.m. It was just all over the place. But if I wanted to achieve that new lifestyle, I needed to put new habits into place. And I wanted to, my goal was to cook more. I don't know if I stick to that, but my goal then was to cook more. So if I wanted to achieve that meant I had to step into creation mode and actually do it, take the action. So then I made it a habit for myself to cook meals regularly. Okay, if you want to achieve that, do it. So you need to create new habits, and you can create new habits surrounding like I said, food and cooking, like health or exercising, or sticking to a sleep schedule and stick to it strictly so that your days are structured. But it can also be goals surrounding networking. Okay, I want a new job. I don't know where to start. It's my goal to connect to 3 new people on LinkedIn every week. I don't know. What's going to get you from the point where you're in now, that huge void, to the desired life? Networking can be one of those goals. Maybe it's less screen time. Maybe when you are in this no man's land, so to speak, and you watch Netflix all the time, you notice that your screen time has increased by 1,000, and maybe just cutting down on that screen time and actually living in the moment and going out for a walk and exercising and talking to other people or doing something different is going to help you achieve those goals. So define for yourself what your new habits are, put them in place, and stick to them, because that's what's going to get you ahead. And the last step is self-love. It sounds really cheesy, but self-love, compassion, patience, you need a lot of that. You need a lot of it, you know. There's absolutely no reason you should be getting down on yourself, because you are exactly where you need to be. Like I said, it's not a race. So you're exactly where you need to be. And if you've done all the things that we just discussed, you are already well on your way. It's a process. It's not something that you can just like check off and, okay, I've done, now I can move on to the next thing. It's a continuous process, just like everything else I talk about in life. There are days you feel great, you feel motivated. There are going to be days that you feel like shit. Things aren't going your way. You're down on yourself. You're tired. You're emotional. You're sad. You're frustrated. Those days happen. Those moments happen. Allow the feeling to pass. Know that you are not that feeling. Don't identify with the feeling, okay? You know, you are not frustrated. You are feeling frustration. You're not sad. You feel sadness, okay? Distance yourself from that feeling for just a little bit. Create space between you and that feeling. Acknowledge the feeling, okay? I'm sad, or I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling sadness. That's okay. Why am I feeling sad? What's something that I can do right now to make me feel better? What do I need in this moment? Is it Netflix and popcorn? Is it moving, going out of the house? Is it running? Whatever it is. It's a lot of self-love. It's a lot of patience. Just be sure to recommit. I mean, that's all there is to it. You know, fine. You feel like shit today. That's totally fine. Hug it out with your friend, and then tomorrow recommit to doing the things that you wanted to do.